Hiya, kids! Recycling is very important to waste management because it helps our environment. When you recycle products like milk jugs, soda pop cans, and newspapers, it means that we use less of the Earth's natural resources. Take me, for instance. I'm made of recycled aluminum. I've been recycled, hundreds of times, and I always come back as good as new. So let's take a closer look at the recycling process. The first step starts with you. Many of the products that you use at home can be recycled. This includes things such as your family's newspaper, the milk jug and jar of jam in your refrigerator, and that refreshing can of soda. That one just happens to be my favorite. When people finish using products that can be recycled, they usually place them in a bin or container, depending on where they live. As you can see, the wheeled containers are really useful because they hold a lot more recyclable materials than the traditional bins, and they require fewer pickups by the recycling trucks. Recycled materials can be collected in a variety of ways. One of the newest ways is through automated collection. This means that the truck has a robotic arm that lifts the containers and deposits the contents into the truck as it moves down the street. Isn't that easy? The trucks that collect these recycled materials take them to a waste management material recovery facility. As the trucks enter the facility, they are weighed at a scale house. They then make their way to the tipping floor. There the trucks deposit the recyclables onto the floor. Ooh, what a mess! Large tractors then push the materials onto conveyors. Those conveyors feed the materials to the sorting lines. In a single sort system, the conveyor lines are continuously moving. As you can see, this requires less hand sorting from the employees. The workers on the sorting line remove boxes and cardboard from the line, then drop these materials into bins located beneath the line. Next, big whirling discs called news screens separate the newspaper from all of the other materials still moving on the line. Whoa, that newspaper can really fly! The materials that make it through the news screens then move to the next sorting area. Here, workers remove any materials that are not acceptable to newspaper mills. The materials that aren't caught by the news screens move to the angle screens. These screens provide an important function because they separate containers, plastics, and cans from paper. What started out as a mix of materials in a recycling container has gone through a lot of separating, right? But there's still more work to do in order to prepare the material for delivery to an end user, such as a paper mill. So far, we've looked at what happens to paper. We still need to look at what happens to containers. Containers just like me. Remember those news screens? Well, the containers that fell through the discs are returned to the tipping floor for additional sorting. Wow, the process begins all over again. Once the containers have been pushed up the intake feeder, the process of sorting them by type begins. Glass, aluminum, and plastics are all sorted on this line. The first step is for the materials to enter a large drum where smaller items fall through. The second part consists of magnets that remove steel products, such as food cans, from your pantry. That doesn't include me, because I'm made of aluminum. The steel products are grabbed by magnets and fed into a storage bunker where they stay until baling. The final mixture of glass, plastic, and aluminum cans are sent through a stream of air that is made by a big fan. The stream of air is only strong enough to blow plastic bottles and cans. Glass, which is heavier, falls onto another line. The glass goes one way down the line, while plastic bottles and cans go another way. It resembles a recycling highway, with everyone racing to the finish line. At this MRF, glass is sorted by hand into 3 colors: green, amber or brown, and clear. Glass is stored in bunkers before being shipped to markets that will make it into new glass products. Plastics and aluminum can sorting is done with a vibrating conveyor, which divides these materials onto 2 sorting lines. The plastic bottles are thrown into chutes where they wait to be formed into big bales for shipping. Now to what I consider the most important part. Me! Aluminum cans! Aluminum is actually repelled by magnets that throw guys like me into a storage silo. Now that all the materials have been sorted, we move to the balers. These balers compress the various products into big bricks. These bricks are easier to store, move around, and ship. Balers squeeze the materials into a small box and then press the material out of the box. A metal strap is then tied around the materials to hold them together. Hey, give me some room here.
Hey, stop pushing me over here.
Check me out, I'm thin. The bales are delivered to end users who will make them into new products. For instance, aluminum cans are taken to a processing center where they are turned into new aluminum cans. Did you know that it only takes 60 days for a used can to be returned to the store shelf? Whoa, that's pretty quick! Well, that's about it. It's pretty amazing what waste management can do with something as simple as trash. My close friends, the newspaper, the plastic bottle, the glass jar, and the metal food can all go through a process similar to what I just showed you about me. So remember to do the right thing for the environment and think before you toss. Well, bye for now.